So we're going to discuss Eugene and I guess his interactions with Negan, but mostly Eugene, who has been playing his card. He's got a great poker face now. It's gotten a lot better, and like I'm kind of I guess I'm kind of working backwards here. His whole, it's going to take me some time to make these bullets, which to me sounds reasonable. Like this is like an easy task to ahead of them. And he has a skeleton crew, and Negan's all like, "I want them now!" Like, he can't magic them, into being. So his coming up with the whole medieval catapult thing was a good way to buy some time.
That was an amazing, stall, by the way. I mean, I was, quite impressed. I was like, wow.
Well, I can't get you what you need right now, but here's another idea to buy some time, right? And they do have an abundance of parts from, having to kill all those walkers that came into the sanctuary.
Yep.
However, I'm sure Eugene did not foresee, no one did, that Negan was actually going to take that idea and make it into biological warfare. In terms of, I think Negan is suspicious of Eugene, and then Eugene brings it back around with, well, I'm going to need supplies. Will there be wine in this scenario? Kind of thing. And, that kind of distracts Negan from thinking,
what am I getting
trying to betray him? Yeah.
That's something that I have noticed in Eugene is that, slowly but subtly, his attitude has switched from, I just am going to do whatever I can to survive to, what do I get out of this? This tonight was the most,
Creature
aggressive.
Comforts.
Yeah, I mean, you could never imagine Eugene back in season 4 saying something as aggressive as "You will do no such thing. You will take my dinner order." I was like, "Whoa, Jesus Christ!"
She was trying to be playful and stuff, but Eugene knew he was on the clock.
Yeah,
he just didn't have time to be playing around with, whatever it is she was trying to do. She was trying to joke around and stuff, and he was like, "I ain't got time for this, bitch. I'm trying to work."
She's like, "Egg and tomato omelet." I'm not talking about omelet. I'm talking about scramble.
He needs his specific proteins in order to do his work.
He's on thin ice with Negan, though. I mean, the way that he looked at him when he was questioning him, he said something almost exactly the same way to him when Sasha died. At the end of season 7, he walked up to him and was like, "Huh, that's weird that Sasha died in the coffin. How do you think it happened?" And he's like, "Oh, she ran out of air."
Well,
and he's like, "Maybe." It stares at him. And he kind of asked the same thing this time. "How do you think that happened?"
Well, I think he is suspicious of him a little, but he's not that suspicious because it's Eugene could totally turn around and instead of making bullets, fill them up with, something else or have it backfire in some shape or form. But, he's, you're going to run your own crew. You're going to have guards. You're going to have, he's treating him like a regular savior. And Eugene's like, okay, fine, I'll go do this job.
I think that Negan is subtly warning him, I know you're up to no good, but I can't prove it. But I'm letting you know that I'm on to you.
Well, that's what he's saying. He treats it as a threat, and then Eugene doesn't flinch, and he's like, okay, what else? And then Negan's like, oh, well, all right. So Eugene is the whimpering, cry phase, So he knows that about Eugene too, but Eugene's gotten a lot better.
Yeah,
at that.
He's dealing with Negan's pressure a lot better. Negan has this I love the way
he's surviving.
Yeah, I love the way he interrogates people. He'll ask them something, and then when they give a response, he'll just stare at them for 10 seconds before he either says yes or no. And so there's 10 agonizing seconds where the person is like, "Oh fuck, what's he gonna say?" And it's funny to watch it with Eugene just because he's so fragile and ridiculous and has no social skills.
He's not as fragile as people think.
He's gotten a lot better. A lot better.
I actually think when he first showed up at the sanctuary and he was crying and stuff, I don't think he was really crying. I think he was putting on a show to make them think he's weaker than what he is to survive, because surviving is Eugene's number one thing, no matter which way he can get it. And I think he knew that Gabriel wouldn't sell him out. Carson is a bit shakier, but Gabriel wouldn't have sold him out. Those two, they have an interesting dynamic. And then when Negan was displeased, he didn't get loud and yell in front of everyone. He kind of lowered his voice and got well, Eugene, that's not going to work. I
was going to say something else and I just forgot what it was. Oh, yeah. But he keeps coming back to Eugene for advice, though, because every time he puts pressure on him, he always comes up with some fucking brilliant shit at the last second.
That's why he knows Eugene is valuable.
Yeah, with the drone that ended up leading the walkers away from the sanctuary.
Well, no, he didn't get a chance to do that because of Dwight.
Oh yeah, he shot it.
And then he
It
did
was a
something.
good idea, though.
Yeah, he did something else to get them out.
Yeah, it's always him who like gets them out of like the really difficult situations.
Well, I have no shortage of ideas.
He works well under pressure.
Yeah.
Anything else about Eugene and Negan?
I'm just curious about what Eugene and Gabriel are gonna do and what kind of talks they'll have. Like, I'm very interested to see some one-on-ones with those two, since Gabriel is now in Eugene's camp, I guess.
With Dwight thrown into that mix, he like chose not to rat Eugene out like numerous times.
Well, Dwight's just getting back into the fold, and he's still not sure where that girl is. So that's
Sherry?
totally no, not Sherry, Laura,
Ah.
and that's totally another video, not this one.
Okay. Anything else about Eugene and Negan?
No.
No. If you guys like our content, make sure to subscribe up here in the corner. Also follow us on Instagram at RLRashone, Twitter at LivingRashone, and the brand new website, thelivingrashone.com. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.